Hey guys, Sean again. Welcome back to the third of these three videos talking about how to set up your Facebook campaign through to ad sets and finally into the adverts themselves. So this video we're going to be talking about the three adverts that we're going to set up. We do recommend 3 adverts a set per ad set. So you can have one big campaign that may be focused on millennials or focused on struggling online marketers, etc. Then your ad sets will be focused on, say, people who are interested in your page, people who have fired your pixel, sort of website audience, or people who are on your list. We will then go into some further detail with ad sets just to people who went through checkout but didn't order, or people who opted in but didn't watch the sales page. We can go into much more detail with ad sets, but the ad sets will always have 3 versions of an advert associated with each of the target audiences. So on this particular video, we're going to be talking about how to set up the specific advert itself. And to do that, we check the ad set that we wanted to work with. And then we go over to adverts. And we hit edit, or you would hit simply create ad. If you hadn't added, if there's nothing in here, you would create the ad, but as we're working forwards, then we can go in and edit our ad. So this is what many of you may be most familiar with, because this is where you're taken most of the time through Facebook Ads Manager, for example. It just goes straight into this area without this background detail. Now, you may remember on the last video with an error because we had 2 ads set up on 2 campaigns. I've got struggling online marketers and I've got millennials running as my campaigns, and I had adverts in there called Ad 1. So I've overcome that error with Ad 1 millennials. So I've just basically denoted the campaign name on the back of the advert, which is fine. You can work this out for yourself in terms of what you want to call your specific ads. Bear in mind, we're going to be setting up 2 others alongside this particular first ad. So we'll have Ad 2 millennials and Ad 3 millennials. But the first thing you need to do, once you've given your ad a name, a specific ad for one of the 3, then move into the identity. So this should default to your Facebook page in terms of the page that you're going to be running the ad from. You cannot do any of this without a Facebook fan page or business page. You can only run adverts from Facebook if you have a page in play. Don't tend to worry about Instagram too much. We may touch on that in future videos, but right now we're just focusing on placing our Facebook ad into the Facebook feeds. We're also just going to be focusing on placing a single image. You can do carousels, you can do multiple videos, you can do all sorts of things within Facebook, but just to get us off the ground, then we'll just talk about an image on this particular example, and we'll come back to that shortly. Now here I've already pre-installed a particular URL that denotes the place that I want the person to go to when they click learn more on the advert. Okay, and I placed that in there because I needed to show up the error. Okay, and what basically Facebook is telling us is that they couldn't pick up an image in PNG format from that particular URL that we've inserted there. Now that's not a problem at all. Now if you put your website URL in there, then it may pick up an image from your homepage normally that it can assume that you want to place into your ad. Now we're not going to be doing any of that because we want to override the automatic assumption that Facebook is making and place our own image. I just wanted to show you there that you may get that. Now the second point to be made about the URL is that you should not, under any circumstances, place in there what's called a raw link. Raw links are a dangerous thing within Facebook in any place, whether it's in comments, whether it's in posts, and particularly in adverts. Raw links are basically links that are used by potentially hundreds and thousands of people who are associated with a platform or a product or an affiliate marketing or a network marketing product, and the only difference is the affiliate number or some small element of the link. And Facebook bots will quickly spot that these links are being used by hundreds of thousands of people, and they will basically block the link, and that could have an effect on your Facebook account, because they'll accuse you of not playing by the rules. Now, for full disclosure, my job is not to advise you on the wrongs and rights of how to set up Facebook ads. My job is to show you how to do the Facebook ads. If you're a professional business person, you want to take this as serious as you need to, you do need to review the Facebook terms and conditions in terms of links and images and text you're allowed to place into ads. So there will be a link to that area within this training. Please do review that, and just avail yourself of the rules of business when it comes to using Facebook, okay? But what I can say is, when you're using certain platforms, I've chosen one is Powerlead System, because it allows you to generate a unique URL that's only for you. So my unique URL is dbmlistbuilder.com, and nobody else can use that. That's only assigned to my business, and you will have your own if you're using Powerlead System. Similarly, if you're using a website that you have that's only owned by you, and especially if you have that website set up with terms and conditions and disclaimers and privacy policies, then Facebook will look at that and look favourably on you, that you are a professional business person, not just trying to get money off people online. So, if you're using a private URL, you're perfectly fine to put that in there, and you shouldn't have any issues. But having said that, as I say, Facebook changes the rules all the time, so you do need to be aware of what you're dealing with. Just like you would in any business, using any supplier, you have to play by the rules of that supplier. And so that's enough said on that. But just be very careful, and do not, under any circumstances, put any raw links into this place here, or you will find yourself in trouble. Okay, so that's the link we're going to go to now. To get people towards that link, obviously we want to attract them by giving them an image, particularly, and some decent content, something valuable to them that will make them want to read and eventually go down to click more about what you're talking about. So we do first of all start with an image that we feel will be most suited to what we're trying to achieve. So clearly on this particular campaign, we're targeting at millennials, and we're going to be talking to them about the opportunity to create income online. Now, we're not going to be selling that specifically in the ad. We're going to be, let's say, opening their eyes up to some possibilities. My recommendation is you always err on the side of providing value and providing a opportunity for a relationship, so that you can help people, which is genuinely what we're trying to do. But Facebook and other platforms look very unfavorably if you're just simply out there trying to sell stuff. Okay, so we try and play super safe with this. First of all, by making sure our link is cloaked. In other words, it's not a direct raw link to the offer. And secondly, we try and be professional in terms of what we're offering people in the body of the ad itself. So first of all, we can go and select an image that we might find to be relevant to people who are interested in our product. Now, there is no science to this, it's marketing. So this is very subjective. It's coming from you. You've got to feel comfortable with it. You've got to think about what this advert will do in terms of talking to your target market, depending on how you've set that target market up, in other words, that audience. So what I tend to do, to be honest, we've got a big library of images that we use within Digital Business Masters, but we sometimes go to stock images, and we may look at something like we'll go straight in there and have a look at what we have for millennials, and see what Facebook's got to offer. Obviously, you're going to get images of youngsters having fun, fresh faces, all the rest of it. If you hover over any of these, then you're going to get an enlarged version of it. So we may look at this one and say, okay, we've got a computer, we've got the term millennials in there. Maybe that's something we can look at as one of our image options. And we press confirm there, and that image will automatically upload. The beauty of using stock images as well is that they will already be pre-built to the rules of Facebook, in terms of you can't have more than 20% text in there, and they've got to be a particular size. So as you're starting out, feel free to use stock images because they are very quick and easy. And there's lots and lots to choose from in there that you may find as a good, fresh, clean image for your particular campaign. So that's the image. Now, we've also put the link in, so we know the link is heading towards a particular offer. This particular offer is selling people not only a tool, a marketing tool. We use a system called Power Lead System to manage all our marketing, but it's also a tool that provides people with a low cost of entry into the world of affiliate marketing and a significant income. So that is something we prefer to do as we get new people in, or people who've been watching us on our page for some time, or they're on our list, or they've been looking at our website. We want to give people who are interested in getting started in this world of make money online, to give them an ability to go and do that at the lowest possible cost with the maximum possible power in terms of a tool and systems and training with the optimum return, and which is why we use Power Lead System. Okay, so we're now going to start to put in some text and headlines and a full description in here, which will be the body of our advert, and I'll show you now how to do that. So to start with, we need a headline, and we'll put in also some text. So to make life a little bit easier for this demo, I have already set up a advert. Now, you know, this is coming from me. This isn't something you necessarily have to copy. You'll feel free to use this if you want, but this is this advert is very much by my design, and you may want to refine this or very much put this from your own mind, because it's often you'll find adverts and marketing in general coming from yourself is much more powerful than you copying other people's work. So just a heads up on that. So in terms of a title, we're going to use this here. Congratulations on being you. Bearing in mind, we're going after millennials on this. So millennials that are fans of our business page. And so that will go in there. In terms of the text, then we have the body here. So we just copy this. I do recommend that you look to draft up your ads on say Notepad here or Word or whatever, just to give you something to go at as you start to generate your ads in Facebook, rather than typing it directly into the system. So we can put this in here. So a quick check that everything is in order. We do a call to action at the bottom here, hit learn more to be introduced to our particular product, and you can see that appears there. And in terms of the link feed description, we've got that in as dbmbuilder.com. That's absolutely fine. And what you can also do is just, if you click up here, this is what it will look like on people's mobile. This is what it looks like on a feature phone. And this is what we're really interested in, which is what it looks like on the desktop newsfeed, which is our target place. We're not going to see right column because we've not got that set up. We're not running to messenger bots just yet, so we'll come to that in a future video. So this is what we're interested in. So we need to check this just to make sure everything is working for us. That's fine. You can see here that because of the way we brought it across from Notepad, that it's condensed within itself. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time correcting that now. Okay, so we made a few edits to that just to tidy up a little bit, as you can see. So we've got some decent text in the body there before we hit the see more. This is where you're going to have the best chance to attract people along with your image. And equally, with regards to the title, then this is something else that you need to be thinking about to grab people. And also you're able to put in a newsfeed link description here, make your own way, becoming skilled in digital marketing, and have a skill for life. So, you know, we're looking at attracting people's attention. So we're going to be working hard on content and the imagery. Like I say, this is really where you want to be. The the purpose of having a stable marketing system, we use Powerlead system with everything set up in terms of landing pages and pixels and sales pages and email follow-ups and everything else. The reason that is important is because this gives you the ability to free your mind to then go ahead and work hard on what we should be doing in online business, which is becoming creative marketers. And that's the bit that often people miss, whether it's network marketing or multi-level marketing or affiliate marketing, because they get so embroiled in prospecting or cold, contacting people, or getting into the detail with regards to websites and setting up various things for them. We find it much easier if we have all that already set, and then we can focus very hard on the marketing side of the job, which allows us obviously to bring people in, particularly if we're utilizing the power of Facebook towards our product, so we can have conversations that then ultimately lead to sales. So this is what we're trying to drive with regards to this training series, and hopefully that's clear for you. So we've got here now the final aspect, which is regards to our Facebook pixel. So we do have a pixel set up in the back end, or you should have if you follow prior videos. You do want that pixel being fired as people interact with this advert, so that you can then track who those people are and give Facebook another instruction in terms of an audience as to people who've interacted with a particular campaign. Okay, and then you can see then that it gets much more detailed as you go through, as you get more organized in refining adverts specifically to people that you know have shown an interest. That's particularly powerful when we get into retargeting, in terms of us instructing Facebook to retarget adverts, which will be different adverts. So these won't be broad adverts such as this one. These will be quite focused adverts on, oh, we noticed you enjoyed our content last week and we would like to offer you this. So you can go into much more detail with Facebook as you take people through an ascension funnel towards what you're trying to achieve. So that's how we set up the main advert number 1. On the next video, we will duplicate these ads so that we can make slight changes and therefore split test adverts that will be talking to the same, within the same campaign, and possibly even talking to the same ad set. And that's what we'll touch on the next video. I'll see you soon.